Welcome to April's Crazy Therapy. So today I want to talk about bullying because I had my child to get on the bus about 2 days ago, and a little boy that's in a grade 2 grades higher than her slapped her in the face, knocked her glasses off, and bruised her across the head, swole her face up. I have been trying to talk to the school, transportation. I'm not getting anything done. It's not because I didn't want to or I didn't try, but I just want to speak out to everybody. And again, I say, welcome to April's Crazy Therapy. Over here, this is my therapy, and you can join in for all of those who can't afford it, but we need it. And a lot of times, common stories like this are helpful. So I went above and beyond. I've been calling every day, and I'm going to harass them until they do something. He needs to be off the bus. He jumps over the seats. He steps over the other kids. He runs up and down the aisles. First of all, I can care less what you do or whether you have ADHD or whatever issues you have. But what I do have a problem with is parents recognizing when their children have behavior issues and you allow them to pretty much terrorize other kids because you're not paying attention to what you're supposed to be doing. As a parent, if I know you, if you notice it, if me, okay, I say it like this: I'm a parent, and if I'm looking at your kid and I can notice it in your kid, obviously you can too. If that child is doing all of that on the bus, he's doing that when he gets to school. Now, mind you, they don't want to set up a conference between me and the other parent because I guess they're worried about more about if somebody's going to act out of line. That's not the issue. The issue is if this little boy has done this 2 days ago and he's been doing this since school started, but now it's escalating because now he's putting his hands on not only my child but another her friend and some other kids. It's kindergartners on there. My neighbors are rallying up in the morning with me. I just tell people, look, I had an experience with my son. He's 21 now. And if you look back on my page, you'll see the post where I'm saying I thank God that he's still alive because he was bullied. At the same age my daughter is getting bullied on that bus. And you call it what you want to call it. When you start putting them hands on her and every day she got to fight on the bus to get you off of her and you a boy, then somebody as a parent is not saying something. And me personally, yes, I'm looking like a rag doll on here today. But my whole thing is this. Hey Alicia. Hey. I just feel like as a parent, I can't tell nobody how to parent because it doesn't come with a pamphlet. It don't. But if you have any type of morals or values, watch your kids. Because now I'm feeling like when I put my baby on the bus, I'm a little nervous because is she gonna get to school the same or get her back home from school the same way I sent her? I don't I don't want her to if he can hit her with his hands and put his nails in her skin because she said, "Mommy, I'm scared because he I can't fight him off. He be pulling my book bag. He went into her book bag, took her stuff out and her friends. Like he just terrorizing y'all. And I know he's a little kid, but I will go nuts about mine. See, I beat your mama up. That's how I feel. I beat your mama up like you trying to beat my little girl up because I can't put my hands on you. Since you don't know how to take her bare hand, pull your pants down, and whoop your butt like grandma and them used to do me. Because I ain't even get that many hoods because it was eye contact for me. I just feel like watch your kids. And like I said, my son is 21 now, and I thank God for that. But I almost lost my son behind bullying. They would break his glasses, slapped him in the face, and cracked his glasses. I'm buying glasses. The school wouldn't even do anything. They wouldn't even say anything. I went up to the school with my mom. My mom like, look, pull the cameras on the bus. All of this. Oh, her dad is this and his dad is that, and blah 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 blah. What they got to do with my son? Is they about to replace those glasses? And y'all, those was Ray-Bans. Me and his dad had paid for 3 pair. One for sports, and he had one for like if he went outside, he could play in them, and he had one for in the class. So we did it like that just so he can, manage them. If he did break them, it would be the ones for sports or something. He would still have his other pairs. That's not cheap. It's not about the brand, but it ain't cheap. Even if I had to buy other glasses, it's like the lack of respect for the person that's getting bullied or getting hit on and stuff like that is diabolical, as they say these days. I just feel like, you know, it has to stop somewhere. It has to stop somewhere. So, in a nutshell, I just ask that everybody just pay close attention to your kids. Watch out for these people who be trying to, oh, I don't play that at home and I don't do that. What do you do at home? Because it shows. I don't have a problem with no kid, but I do have a problem with the parent that if it's obvious to me, it's obvious to you. Get it together. This morning I had a day. I had a morning. I was just like, you know what? Let me just keep it raw and uncut and just show the world what I'm talking about. Because I'm sure there's other people going through this. I just don't want to keep going through that. I have a girl. I went through that with my son. I'm not gonna go through that with another one of my children, and at risk of this little boy pulling out a pencil and could possibly use the pencil and stab my baby with it. I don't care if it don't go all the way through. It's the point of it is watch your kids. He's literally hollering out the bus, sticking his head out the window. The bus driver's on the microphone, on the thing, loudspeaker saying, sit down. He's absolutely doing nothing. Nothing. I mean, he's not even doing it. He's going to holler back out the window at me and say, you ain't my mama. Y'all, everything in me. Everything in me wanted to say, little boy, if I was your mama, you wouldn't even be doing none of this. None of it. And I wanted to snatch him through that window and say, tell your mama to call me. Because that's who I want. I want to talk to who raised you. Because if you don't get it now, and he don't understand that he don't need to put his hands on anybody, not just a girl, but anybody, he not going to learn. He not going to learn the lesson. If we don't learn how to teach our kids now, what they going to know later? I'm not here to bully nobody, but I'm going to defend my child. So I'm going to keep trying and keep trying. But at the end of the day, I hope y'all all right. Excuse me how I look. I just woke up. I went to the bus stop like this. I jumped out of the bed, got my baby ready, and was like, you know what? It ain't about being cute. It ain't about being beautiful. I'm going to show you how I look on a regular basis. How I go through my day. Because it's April's Crazy Therapy over here. Over here is, I decided to start this channel because I did take myself through therapy. And it wasn't because of nothing major. It was just, I needed to talk. And so I was like, other people need to do that. They need to vent. So I just wanted a safe place for everybody to be able to, you know, voice their opinions. Not get out of line, out of control, and act crazy with stupid comments. But just keeping it real. It's real life. And it ain't always perfect. It don't always look good. It don't always glow and glister and glimmer. How these people want to put on makeup. I don't wear makeup. Yeah, every now and again I have eye situation my eyes or whatever. But I'm not on it. There's bigger fish to fry out here. These kids out here wilding out. Every day on the news is something. It's something. They doing this. They killing each other. Bullying ain't just, oh, you saying bad words and you teasing. Bullying has gone to a all-time high. These people literally will hurt another kid just because they don't like them. And we got adults out here doing the same thing. And that's ridiculous. The fact that you can't communicate and say what you feel. You can't communicate and just, hi, Rainy. It's, you know, it's just crazy to me that people haven't learned. And I understand that everybody didn't come from the same walks of life. I understand that everybody didn't have the same household and how it was ran or whatever. But I just want to protect the kids. This generation is going to be our future. So if we don't nip it in the bud now, if we as adults can't sit in the same room and communicate and say, hey, this is how we can handle this. I apologize for this. Because not only did I say something, did I understand what my daughter was saying, but I also told her too. You sit toward the front of that bus. You keep away from that. Don't be a hero and try to take up for the bus driver and say, oh, y'all making up too much noise. No, sit down and stay out of it. Because when he come for you, like he had been coming from the back of the bus to the front to even mess with her best friend, that's a whole problem. Because why you feel like you need to do that? I know, it's sad. I ain't shocked, but I'm pissed. Because the fact that the school's supposed to back us in these things, they don't. They're sitting there acting and giving me the runaround. So I had the other parents call. And she was saying she got to run around. Oh, you got to come up to the school and file a report for him to get his little butt off the bus. Because he putting his hands on my child. At this point, it's called, I can press charges. That's assault. So who gonna get them charges? So until we start punishing the parents for everything that their kids do, even the things that's at school, because they don't have a punishment for that, for the parents. They have it in the legal system, like that little white boy killed them kids at school. His daddy gave him the gun. They charged his daddy too. When we start lining it up like that and start getting back to the old ways of raising kids, you ain't always got to spank. I do eye contact, baby. And I count to 3. And if I get to 3, that's a bad thing. You know, my children know they're going to get disciplined. My son is grown now. He's 21. But my little girl, she's just now about to turn 9 in 2 weeks. She ain't nowhere. She don't know anything about it. She's not in a home where she's seeing somebody abused. She's never been hit by a boy. She ain't even seen me be hit by a man. And you think I'm going to let you come to school because your mama or whoever don't know how to parent you? If there's behavior issues, there's resources. They have a lot of stuff set up for them kids at school for behavior problems. You stay away from my child. And so, y'all, I'm just saying today, y'all, welcome over here to April's Crazy Therapy. I'm so glad to see y'all. I'm happy that I have subscribers. I appreciate y'all. And all the ones that are new and upcoming, I appreciate y'all too. God bless y'all. But watch y'all kids. Because these kids out here wilding out. They doing some of everything. He had no business smacking them glasses off my baby face to the point where she got, I forgot, I didn't even know how to post a picture. But I took pictures and I sent it to her school. They wanted all of that information. I talked to the director of transportation and asked them, why don't y'all have monitors on this bus? She said they have top priority for the special needs kids. That's where the monitors go. I dig it. But all these taxes and stuff we pay, it should pay for people to be on that bus also. I can't really blame the bus drivers because at the end of the day, they have to drive and protect the other kids that's sitting there quietly and doing what they're told. They can't keep stopping the bus because they got to get them kids home or they got to get them to school. Now, mind you, I've spoke to the school, I spoke to the transportation, and I have also talked to the bus driver. They all said the same thing. He did say he knew. He talked to the kid, told him that. Put him off the bus. Because when his mama learned that he can't have no ride there and get him out of her hair, because she probably one of the ones that want him out of her hair, so she hurried to get him on the bus. But as you telling him to sit his natural black behind down and do what he told, it's easy. But for him to holler out there, oh, you ain't my mama, little boy, if you was, you wouldn't be saying that to nobody. Because I always taught my kids that respect goes a long way. And you're a representation of me. When you leave this household, you're a representation of me. So when you go out there, you acting crazy, what they gonna think? That I taught you that. And until they meet me or actually know who I am, they're gonna think that. Because first impressions are a big thing. This world is crazy and it's getting crazy and crazy every day. But I ask that if y'all got grandkids, kids, or people that with kids, man, pay close attention. If they're too timid and they're nervous, my baby ran home shaking like a crap game. And if I tried to flat down the bus, but he had got past me. But my whole thing is this. My baby should never have to fear getting on a bus to go to school. And this is her first experience because at one point I was taking her to school. But for her to have this issue every day and she just started, my baby got student of the month. She got good grades. She doing well in school. I'm proud of her. But I don't want her to have to fight to get to school or get from school. Because my baby get out of school at 2:30. It takes them at least 3:30 to get her home. That's enough time for that little boy to do something to my baby. And I fear it. I stood there this morning and I had to say something. And the only thing I said, because I know that you can't say certain things, I said, y'all sit down on that bus and take your head out of the windows. I said, or I'm going to call your parents, or I'm going to tell the principal. You do not do that on this bus. He hollers out, you ain't my mama. Hanging out the window. Then he goes, it's sad how people don't understand how important it is to raise another person. You're raising them to be a good adult, whatever word you want to use. I don't know the word I want to try to use right now, but to be a good, smart, young individual trying to make it in this world. Not out here causing chaos. And for us, and anybody that's a different race than me, I'm not being funny. But for us, we're making what people say about us true. And that pisses me off. Because you so busy trying to go against oh, the racism and all of this, but yet you're proving them right. When you don't raise your kids right, when you don't set down rules and regulations that they need to follow, because there's rules in this world, and when a no is a no, and if you don't abide by those laws and those rules, that things happen. I just asked it, like I said, I asked that everybody stay prayed up. If you believe in God, watch your kids closely, how they moving, how they reacting to things. Because like I said, I thought, my son was just having a little spat with the boys on the bus and at school, it was just a little kid thing. And I brushed it off for way too long. And all I know on social media, my son was telling me and his daddy goodbye. And them people at work telling me, and I almost peed on it because it was just as if he had did it. And I'll never forget that moment, because you won't. It sticks with you. And it hurts you because you feeling like, I'm less than a parent. I didn't pay attention. I missed the signs. Those small things, pay attention to it. Those things that you think that's just naturally things that used to happen to us when we was in school, no, it's different. It's escalated. It's amped. These kids going on an all-time high, and they ain't backing down. It's dang near, and I used to look at those videos where the parents was out there fighting with the kids. I think I get it. Because we're talking about every day your child coming home devastated because they got to run from somebody. I'm here in Georgia. A little boy was found in front of his yard, shot in the back. They later show footage where he's running from his bullies every day. They bully him. Different parts where they beat him up one time. And it escalated to the point where they chased him home on this day. Not today, but they chased him on this home on this certain day, and you can see it on the camera, on the Ring cameras and stuff. And they shot him in the back and left him. For what? For what? Because you mad at home? Because what you going through? I blame your parents. I blame your parents, and I'm sorry. They can get mad all they want and everything. But stop being that parent that wants to spoil the child, but don't show them that there's morals and values that they need to uphold. There's rules and regulations, things they can't and cannot do. Teach them. I don't care. I grew up in the hood. That ain't no excuse. You don't see, I ain't out here wilding out, going get locked up, because I saw it every day. I saw people killed in front of me. I seen my best friend, 2 brothers laying on the ground with gunshot wounds and blood. Yeah, they survived it, but I seen it. But I never let my kids see it. If you was to talk to my kids now, they don't even talk like they came from the hood. They talk like they came from a private school or somewhere. And I'm not saying it like that to be better than somebody or nothing. It's what you teach them. Just because I saw that and I came up in that, I don't have to, what's the word I'm trying to use? I don't have to involve them in it. They don't have to go through that. So we got to stop. Oh, I'm hood, all this, I'm that. Okay. So you going to show your you think it's cute that your kid do it? It's grown-ups out here that I think is the most ignorant at times. Grow up. You know right from wrong. Everybody do. Ain't nobody got to tell you that. That's common sense. So when you out here telling me that you know right from wrong, yet you going to do wrong anyway, you stay far away from me as you can. And anybody else in this world. But I just say that, y'all, because I had to vent. Because I just literally, y'all, I went outside in my Madea gown at the bus stop. Literally, like, what's up? What y'all want to do? Because this ain't it. This ain't it. And I didn't want to say anything to him. The other little boy on the bus said, oh, he did. He called out his name. You the same little boy everybody keep telling me. Even my daughter. And her best friend. So just stop. If you put your hands on a woman, a female now, what you going to do when you get bigger? Because ain't nobody telling you don't supposed to do that. And somebody brought it to my sister like, oh, well, maybe he thinks, how boys is. They like the girl, they hit them. No. He need to be told that ain't how you tell a girl you like her. It sure ain't hitting her. Because she going to run from you. So, it's obvious he's not getting the proper teaching at home. Because it starts there. I don't know who's teaching him, whether he raised by his mama, his grandmama. Do he even have his dad in his household? But none of my kids had their dads. I raised them. And they don't act like that. So, I don't do excuses. There's always, where there's a will, there's a way. And my God sits high. So I know. No. I don't have to deal with that. So at this point, y'all, like I said, y'all be blessed. I'll be back on with another live because I got something to talk to y'all about. But y'all have a blessed and wonderful morning. And like I said, just pay attention to your kids, your grandkids, cousins, little cousins. Just ask them. Kids hide things. They don't like to say what they feeling sometimes. But I just say sometimes we got to read between the lines because they need us. The ones who do pay attention, the ones who do care, the ones who will go to bat for them. They're kids. Remember when you was a kid, you wanted somebody to go to bat for you. You might have had that experience in life where you felt like you was alone and nobody was around you. You don't want your child or anybody that's connected to you to go through that or feel that. So I just ask that y'all spread that and share it. I hope this video goes far. I'm not the only one in the world saying this, but I'm just saying, I'm just sharing it. Like I said, because over here, this is therapy for me. Because y'all, I really wanted to turn into that ghetto parent. I wanted to tell him, I will beat you I will beat your mama up every time you put your hands on on my daughter. Because there was a man on the internet that said that he told the little boy to stop bullying his daughter. So he told him, he said, I whispered to him, you want to know what a bully is? I'll show you. And he said he brought his friend up there and he beat his daddy up in front of him. And he told him, every time you put your hands or mess with my daughter, I'm going to beat your daddy up. Until the parents do something, they need to pay for it. Everybody ain't innocent. I get that. But there's some kids out here that is bullying the ones that are innocent. Let's stand up for them. Over here at April's Christ Therapy, we gonna stand up. We gonna march. Because if we don't, who will? So again, y'all have a blessed day. I'll be talking back to y'all later on this evening. And y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Be prosperous. Trust in the Lord. Keep the faith. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. How did I get off here? Y'all, I can't get off here. I don't even know how. I guess it just keep you on here, and I'm just trying to, I don't want no Q&A.